What's up everyone, welcome back to Doki Doki Drawing. I'm NihongoGamer and this is part of the new project to draw a ton of manga. Potentially a new manga every month. Now it might not be a 20-page manga, it might not be a 48-page manga, it might literally just be 2.5 pages. But the idea is to draw manga and go through lots of it, and hopefully the more manga we draw, the more we can bring it to our professionals like Mikey and Hinoi and Shizuka and all of the people who have been appearing on Doki Doki Drawing and get their opinions on our drawings and our stories and how viable those stories might be in bringing them to maybe a publisher in Japan and getting published as a mangaka in Japan. Now this is actually kind of a trial run for the project, but before starting it in earnest, we actually decided that for this month, we just have a very loose theme that we'd all decide upon, the members being CathyCat, myself, and Tony. But as you know, everyone has busy schedules, so we can't always guarantee that everyone is going to be able to complete a full manga every month. But we're going to try it out and see how much we can actually create. So for this month, the theme that was chosen was goals, and I just decided to do what I always do when I'm coming up with ideas for stories or drawings or an essay or homework or any kind of project. I use a mind map or a spider diagram, whatever you want to call it. So I write the main topic in the middle and I just come up with as many ideas related to it as possible as that I can think of. And the first thing I could think of as a goal in a manga was to pass a test. Like maybe it's a student in an academy or something, and if they pass this test then they get to move on and become some sort of hero at the academy or something. Next one I came up with was to survive a fight, like their main goal is to not die. Then I thought maybe if it were a romantic comedy, maybe the goal could be to date someone that the character likes, but they've maybe never spoken to them before. So even as a sub-goal, it could be just to plain talk to them. That could be their main goal. And if they achieve that, then goal complete. Another goal was to get rich, famous. I mean, who doesn't want to have tons of money? And common in manga is themes like gaining special powers, becoming some kind of hero, very popular in shonen manga. Going with that idea of special powers, perhaps actually saving the world is the goal. The whole world is in danger, so it's not just to survive a fight, but to actually save the world from destruction. And adding to surviving a fight, I thought maybe that would involve defeating some kind of monster or enemy. Then, when I was thinking about the fact that this manga needs to be something like 3 or 4 pages, I thought, okay, save the world might be too large in scope, but how about saving the club? You know, maybe they're at Bukatsu in Japan and they're like, we need to save the book club or the music club from being shut down. But to prevent it from being limited to only school-based or academy-based stories, I thought could just be a shop. Maybe the main character just likes going to a specific shop where they buy things from, and maybe they just need to protect that shop from being closed down. That could be a fun little goal to achieve. Now, I kind of forgot to mention this at the start, but the reason I'm going through this is because goal number 1 for the first week of this project during this trial run was to create some characters. But you can't really make characters if you don't know what kind of story you want to make, well, at least in my case. So with some possible story ideas in place, I moved on to the next step, which for me was to come up with requirements, things that need to be in the manga. So by requirements, I just mean necessary elements. And these are things that you might see in probably any manga, but for example, you'd probably want to see a certain amount of effort or hard work going in to achieve this goal. You can't really achieve the goal without a plan in place, and if it's going to be quite a lonely goal if there's only one character. So for that reason, I wrote also that you might want to have a team involved. But achieving the goal is no fun if there are no obstacles, so I put that in as well. And then finally, after the goal has been achieved, it can't just suddenly end there. I figured there needs to be some kind of moment where the characters can actually celebrate their victory, or potentially use that as a springboard onto the second episode. Because of course, if the goal just ends and everybody's happy, then why bother reading episode 2? And I think if it can't be turned into a series, a publisher is unlikely to be interested in that story if they can't see where it might go in the future. Alright, so that's it for episode 1. Just wanted to go through my thought process of coming up with a story and a setting for this manga that I plan to draw. The reason I went through it so quickly is because, personally, I don't know about Tony and CathyCat, But the biggest reason why I procrastinate and don't get a lot of drawing done is that once I get the idea into my head that this is my magnum opus and this has to be the one big manga that I draw and I spend all of my time doing, the expectation for it to be really, really good gets so high that I end up just not drawing anything at all. So for this first week of the first month of this project, I just wanted to create the themes and story and plot ideas really, really quickly. And then in the episode after that, I'll show you the final version of the characters that I drew for the manga. And hopefully in future episodes, you'll be able to see what Tony and Kathy put together for similar projects like this. And who knows, maybe in the future, once we've got this off to a running start, it'd be nice to get some of you, the subscribers, involved in this project as well. Maybe if you could submit some character sheets or plot and story ideas that you've created, and it would be awesome to be able to go through them with the professional manga artists that we invite to Doki Doki Drawing and get some advice. So remember to subscribe to Doki Doki Drawing, follow us on Twitter, and I'll see you in episode 2 when we go through the rough sketches for the characters.